there, welcome to Real Life Talks, presented by Real Life Pictures, Inc. I'm Kulbinder, I'm your host for this evening, and I want to introduce you to Emma Heywood.
Well, hello, I'm Emma Heywood, and I'm an actress.
Thank you very much for coming for a glass of wine and some cheese and crackers so that we can chat about issues that are going on in the film and television industry right now.
Now more than ever, there's a lot of things to discuss of what's going on. And particularly in this last week, I've had many friends reach out and ask me, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And,
really?
And people who aren't in the industry, people who aren't actors, who just know me and want to know.
Well, it's the Harvey Weinstein effect right now, and which is a topic that I think that many of us have talked about. Male producers, abusing their sense of power in order for them to be able to coerce young actresses like yourself who are just starting out and abuse that power. So I really wanted to have a candid conversation with you because just like you, I've had a number of conversations with my husband exploring what it is to be a female producer in this industry. What is my responsibility when it comes to protecting and really creating a safe environment for young women like you? So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. So what are your thoughts on that?
There's that dilemma always where your career is important to you, and you value that, and you have respect for yourself in that. And then, there are predators everywhere, and there are people who want to take advantage and use their power. And there's such a place of judgment. If you accept this, then you don't have any self-respect, and you're just thinking that this your career, and then not. And it's there's not a.
But see, that's the thing. You're thinking of your career, right? Why is it any different for there to be a young actress that is concerned about her career and wanting to move ahead versus, a young female doctor? Why is it that a young, vulnerable female in the industry, an actress, is so vilified for wanting to move forward in her career?
Exactly. As an artist, as an actor, you put yourself out there in a different way than what a doctor would do. And when you put your self-image out there, you are ridiculed in a completely different way.
Yes.
We do these things, and then we have this power play come in and says, okay, well now you have to do this for me on the casting couch, and if you do that, then you'll get this big role. And then the other problem is there's not enough roles, and like real roles, like with good content, not just the nerd, the hot girlfriend, or the superhero villain that has to be beautiful and this and that. And so there's such a competition.
Yes.
And so it makes you feel like, okay, if I don't go with this, am I jeopardizing my career?
It's interesting that you're talking about the lack of roles and the meaty roles and stuff, because I got to tell you that I had this conversation with my husband in relation to the Meryl Streep article that came out, and her saying that she had not known about this and she condemned it and everything like that. And as you know, I run Real Life Pictures, and I have a coaching program called REALLIFEpics, which is a safe environment, safe community for young female filmmakers to come together and learn from each other and be encouraged and supported. So I have been a woman's advocate for a very long time. And so we're having this exchange, and it's getting really heated between my husband and I, Scott and I. And he's saying, I don't buy it. I do not buy what Meryl Streep was saying that she did not know.
I have to agree with him a little bit. I'm excited.
No. And I was saying, well, not everybody knows what's going on. everywhere at any given time and stuff. And he kept on saying, well, you know, she was concerned about her career and the roles that were very few and far between, and that's what was her first priority.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Weinsteins were able to provide her with those roles, and therefore she's going to look out for herself versus young females. And I was adamant, and I was just like, no, we can't talk about this anymore. Afterwards, I was thinking, why was I so fixated on wanting Meryl to not know?
Right.
I wanted her to be that woman's advocate, that young
You were disappointed.
actress. I was extremely disappointed. But I was also, just like Scott had said, I know that if you had known, you would have done something about it, right? And that you would have been the voice because you would have been strong, and I'm going to speak up on your behalf because you don't have the ability to have that voice. So let me be your voice, right?
Totally.
And she wasn't.
And there's not many women in the industry who have the pedestal that she has the voice and people who will listen to her and the respect.
Yeah.
So for someone like her to not speak out is extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
It took a little while for people, okay, now this is going to be a thing. So now we have to come up with our statement, and they're all pretty generic, pretty similar, and it's every one that I read, I felt how insincere it was. Except maybe Emma Thompson. She was one that
I loved Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
I loved her response. The last part of that video really struck me. Does it really have to be many, many women that have been abused, or is one woman and her story enough?
Yeah.
Like, why do we need to know the gory details?
No.
We don't need
but
to.
The thing is, but it goes to, you know, always making the woman, what was it about what the woman did?
Yes.
And but that's how every conversation goes.
Yes.
It's always on the woman. And a thing that I've been sitting with the last maybe year or so is, I think part of the reason we do that, as well as women do that, other women do that.
Oh, yeah.
Is because it makes us feel like if it's our fault, if it's on the woman, it's less scary. Because that means it's on us, so it's our responsibility, and that it's not on the man, so he can't hurt us because it's us, and so it's less scary when the man actually, it's saying that it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point, because I never thought of that before. Because what you're saying then is that, okay, if it happened to you and you did A, B, C, D, therefore I won't do A, B, C, D, and therefore I'm going to be safe.
Yeah. And whereas, it's all on that. Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't matter about A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
It matters that it happened.
Yeah. That it happened.
It does not matter what were they drinking wine, which I love wine, by the way. You know, like, I'm not going to give up my wine or anything like that. But it was just like, how is it that we as women cannot have that safe space for other women and just acknowledge that it happened? So let us band together and be supportive and loving and generous.
And not judgmental.
Not judgmental.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, when you do not have judgment, that's when you can actually have open, honest conversations. And that's when you can combat the Harvey Weinstein effect. He's the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, I feel like this is going to be, like, things are just starting to come out now.
Oh, big time. I don't know if I told you this or not, but I had an encounter with Moses Neimer many, many years ago, and we were at an event together, and he wanted to drink champagne from my shoe. And it was like, what? That is so gross, right?
Weirdest. most bizarre desires that they want. You know, drinking champagne from your shoe, watching me shower, watching this. It's like,
it's just like, you're weird.
Yeah.
But what was different about that encounter, though, was that I had my own production company.
Yeah.
I was actually hiring young women, and you know, I was thinking it might be nice to have a career in front of the camera and be a host or an interviewer and stuff. But as soon as that encounter happened, I did not want to be one of Moses' girls. And so I chose to back away from that particular career, which many actresses that have been assaulted and been, you know, pushed out have done as well.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the onus then becomes on us to contort ourselves and let go of our dreams and our hopes and all that other stuff. And that's just not the way that it should be at all. So as a young actress, what kind of advice would you give to other young actresses?
I think one of the first and most important pieces of advice would be to surround yourself with people who are supportive, who are respectful of you, who are kind to you, who listen with and respect your dignity and respect your voice and your truth. Whether that is men or women, because there's great men.
Absolutely.
There's some really, really great men.
Yes.
But I think the first and foremost is surround yourself with people in a safe space, and whatever that means for you.
Yeah.
Because having a community, having a support network is everything. Is everything. As an actor and as a survivor of assault, I think one of my most precious lessons that I've learned is that at the end of the day, I have to live with myself, and I have to know in my gut, in my heart, in my soul, what is good for me. Having REALLIFEpics and the community that we have, that I have so many of you to turn to, and so many that would give me different kinds of support.
Yes.
And feed me in a different way.
So
and that's so important.
Yes. There can't be just one person that does everything for you.
It's too much.
It is. It's way too much. You need to have, even if it's one person that will pick up the call and just sit there and listen. Yeah. That's really what this discussion is all about, is that what can we do as a community and as an organization where we can help one another to be your authentic self and talk through issues. And that's what we have at REALLIFEpics, and we would love to have you join us and support this community, and then also come in every week as we talk about different issues that we as women in the film and television industry are going through. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you again soon. Take care.